And then everyone is faced with the problems of all the bills that are coming in. Their credit cards are maxed. Their cash flow is coming to an end. What are they going to do? The homeless and the people that are hungry in this country, just this country, folks, is astronomical. It is growing by the thousands per day. People can't afford food. They're stuck with eating whatever they do have left in their homes, sitting in front of their TVs wondering when this will ever pass, listening to the news medias, and they're just getting more depressed, eating that can of beans that they had left in the cabinet because they weren't prepared. This is not where you want to be. You want to make sure that you are prepared. This is not survival. This is agonizing pain day after day. You walk over to your refrigerator and you open the door, and what's in there? Nothing. Because there's nothing in the stores. The truckers have shut down. What are you going to do? Things aren't looking too well. Are we going to revolt back to hard times, war times? Will you scavenge for whatever it is that you need? It doesn't have to be this way, folks. This is just things that could come to pass. Think about it, though. Why would you want to be in that situation with your family? The food banks are trying their best to help out thousands and thousands of people, but they don't have the goods to take care of everyone. They don't have the people to handle the flow, and they don't have the food. They don't have the clothes. They don't have what they need to hand out to the people that need it. The lines are starting to grow again across the country at food banks all around North America because people don't have the funds any longer to buy the goods. The food banks aren't getting what they used to get because the stores don't have products for their normal customers. So they're not donating to the food banks, and people don't have food to donate to the food banks. So they're scrambling to find whatever they can to put in their little baskets so they can hand them out. And then we have to deal with the farmers. The fertilizer shortage this coming year is supposed to be astronomically high. If the farmers cannot get the fertilizer that they need for their fields, their crop yields will be lower, and that means less food for us in the stores. The farmers are not able to get the products, and if they do find the fertilizers that they need for their crops, the prices have doubled or quadrupled over just this past year, putting a lot of farmers in a really bad situation. What are we going to do across the farmlands of this country just to feed the American people? The small farmers are trying to do what they can also, but they're in the same boat. They don't have the means, and they can't get a hold of the goods they need to produce the food that we do need and that we so desire to have on the shelves once again. It's just a fact of life that we live in at this point in time. Times have changed. Farming is changing. Maybe it's time that we start thinking outside the box like they do in other countries and start turning our fields into greenhouses. These huge, monstrous greenhouses that they have been putting in these fields, They have control over all the different types of foods they grow, from fruits and vegetables and everything. And they can grow these products year-round, and they're very successful at doing that. But we don't have that large style greenhouses here in America. Maybe we can learn something from some other countries. Sometimes change is good. We can make a difference. We have to adapt to the changing conditions that are taking place around us on a daily basis in order to survive and have the food that we need in order to survive. In some countries, all the fields are pretty much been changed into greenhouses, and this way they have succeeded in securing the food they need. Inside these greenhouses, they're all climate controlled, water controlled. They control everything, and they get mass produce that comes out of these greenhouses. Maybe it's time for us to look at our old greenhouses in our backyards, or build our own greenhouses and start investing in our future by doing it ourselves. Fire up that rototiller. If you have the land, you have the ability to grow your own food. You have the ability into succeeding in being off the grid, not relying on the grocery stores to give you what you need to survive. Yes, you have to put in all the hard work. You have to get your hands dirty. You have to be able to survive, folks. This is one way that you can ensure that year-round you would have food to put on your table, healthy food, to ensure that you and your family can sustain and survive through any storm. You see, all it takes is a will, and with that will, you will always survive. You control, with your own garden and greenhouse and everything, you control what you grow, you control what goes in it, you control everything. You know what is in your food. And that is very important, because see, in the end, when the harvest time comes, you'll have a bountiful harvest, and you'll be able to survive and put those beautiful foods that you love to eat on the table, that you grew in your own garden and supplied the food for your family for the rest of their lives. So here we are, folks. We're back. For now, the lights are on, the roads are running, everything is moving. The gas pumps are still have gas, cars are still running down the road, and trucks are moving. But it's only a matter of time now, isn't it? With the way that the world is going, things aren't looking too promising nowadays, now are they? So I would suggest, if you like this video, and if you like the videos that are done on this channel, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comment below. I sure hope that everybody stays safe. You keep prepping, and you keep the notion and the positivity in your family that no matter what happens, when the power goes out, you'll be just fine and you can survive. This is Survival Preparedness for Beginners. Thank you for joining me today.